Sorry, it's not good. We're going to yeah.
Wow, what did you do something? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So this is our third year of our partnership with Sistas sales and Fireside. Most people in the room might have been here at CES, but I think we were here on break. CES is the most powerful technology. A proving ground for breaking technologies and global leaders. This is where brands and businesses come, reaching partners, with opportunities to shine smiles on the stage and build their greatest services. The future of e-commerce share in 2023 among executives at 57% growing, 36% organically, 1.6% OpEx, and 7% McKinsey found that in 2023, the analysis of the Fortune 500 companies, only 3% despite practically 12% of the US workforce, and about 12% only 8%. The same research found that women make up 47% of the US workforce, only 28%. The Society for Human Resource Management found that for the first time ever in the Fortune 500 list, for the 68-year history, that more than 10% of Fortune 500 companies. As of 2023, 53 out of the 500 chiefs are women. So I also gave my CES, the industry is changing. It's a popular buzzword. So we need diverse voices of all grades and all levels. Creating space here at Walmart with the organization Sistas and sales is something that we actually it's not an abstract representation matters, community is crucial. And I once again thank them to work with Walmart. We're about to be joined by some amazing leaders. While we're intentional on finding incredible leaders to follow with one another, I hope one day that leaders are so diverse that we cannot have leaders just by a natural form. Thank you again, everyone.
Because Brett, thank you so much. Thank you all for coming. Like Ben said, this is our second year in a row activating here with Walmart Connect to CES. And I have a few words of just who we are, why we're here, and the importance of this activation. So a warm welcome to all of you. Today we gather in this vibrant space. As you can see, there's pink everywhere, there's beauty everywhere, and I hope everyone feels like warmth and that genuine connection. I started Sistas in sales 7 years ago at a dinner table with 10 women who work in sales. And I was curious if they had the same level of isolation that I was going through. And now with the rest is kind of history because 7 years later we have 12,000 community members and we're in 46 countries. And it's a dream, right? It's a dream to witness sales professionals who share my background, who rightfully claim their place at a table of equity. The sales craft, with enticing perks and lifestyles, holds a deep allure for me. It's a world where success is measured by tangible numbers, business impact, and strategic brilliance. Here, in sales, the color of your skin takes a backseat to your ability to deliver financial results, granting every individual a seat at the table. And while I continue to champion this philosophy, and that is why I got into the sales industry to begin with, I also recognize that even there's exceptional results that need support. And this support manifests itself in various forms, in the spaces that we create, of which you are all participating in CES. There are over 100,000 people here, and we found an opportunity to create space for this. Or whether it's unwavering support year-round. So I extend a heartfelt appreciation to Walmart Connect, who perceive our community members just the way we do. A collective of brilliant individuals with unparalleled selling acumen. Today we express gratitude for the partnership that's business. I Our discussion today, aptly titled Navigating Disruption and Thoughtfully Curated of Walmart Connect and Sistas and Sales, features exceptional leaders from our community. Today marks not just a significant chapter in our ongoing journey, it's a celebration of achievements, a commitment to mutual support, and a pledge to foster environments where brilliance knows no bounds. Thank you so much for joining us on this promising journey. And it is my honor to welcome our moderator, Markeisha Patrice, the Chief Marketing Officer of Sistas and Sales, who will be moderating this discussion.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for being here. Thank you for bringing the energy to the room. I can say as I was walking around and just seeing folks walk and come in, I was taken aback because it was so beautiful to see so many smiling faces and so many diverse faces here to participate and hear this conversation. So without further ado, I'm happy to welcome to the stage our guests who are going to be here as panelists and engage in this thoughtful conversation. I'm going to start by welcoming to the stage Rita McKinnon, Vice President of Commercial Growth and Strategy at Nielsen. I'll also bring up Tamika Williams, Vice President, Character Sales at Procter & Gamble. And last but certainly not least, Sylvia Yam, Group Director, Strategy at Walmart. Okay, so next time, all right, so now that we got this on. All right, so I'm going to start today. Our conversation is about navigating disruption, digital disruption. And I know that this means a lot of different things to working with people. So maybe we can get started with that. But tell me, what does digital transformation mean to you?
It's me basis. So I am thinking of commercial global strategy at Nielsen, and I am our resource there. And so it's a very timely topic and this digital transformation. And when it comes to Nielsen, one of the things that we are working on now is redefining and modernizing our technologies and bringing in consumers and audiences. And doing that in a holistic way where it does not integrate all that data together on one platform, one single view. So it's a nice comprehensive story that so.
All right. Everyone, if you want to speak, it's not the Vice President of the American Air Force. That's Officer Campbell. As I mean, the first question around station was to be engaged. And she is and I'm talking about how knowledge and guidance is almost and so what you're going to take us to find us is that bring that knowledge and expertise to our consumer because what we know is the data is not real. Right now, it's the future. That's what we're asking. And that is really
So we had I'm a fan of the strategy at Walmart. And that's really just kind of seems to I'm responsible for the team that occupies the business there's so it's going to take more and people to accelerate the TV that is on the business better by making sure our states are out of today's first. So our thing about digital transformation here at Walmart, we're going to keep it really simple. It's really just people-led and people-powered.
the way to think about that is making sure that we always set here in everything we do as technical also to our brands, make it about the people, and then getting to our assistants to help deliver and think of solutions that will serve our brand and then to use technology to get it all done. We can't just do it with people. So I think, when we think about transformation, media.
I think that was the perfect answer, actually. And so talking about people and consumers, I want to talk to you, Eureka, because at Nielsen and Dia, that's kind of what you guys do. And so I was kind of thinking through the consumer trends in 2023. What's going on today, 2023? What are the consumer trends? What are you seeing happen in the market? And also, what are some of the challenges that you're seeing in consumers?
Yeah, so here recently, obviously, data is kind of the heartbeat of what we do. One of the trends that we've seen, especially in 2023, it's crazy to talk about 2023 because it's like a month, I guess, 2024 now. But in the last year, it's just the amount of consumption by consumers. There are so many different ways that you can access content right now. We're not raising it, control things like podcasts, streaming. I mean, you name it, there's just overwhelming amount of content. So what we're seeing is, moving into now, like the trends activities, right? And that can be problematic and challenging for brands, right? So how do you overcome that? One of the things that we've seen in the past over the last couple of years, especially as we're measuring some of the ideas of different platforms, is that it's like brands being sounded on this account. Every single platform, multiple times, they're not really being thoughtful about not only the creative, but being very intentional about where they're placing in your advertising. So with that being said, if it's not a shift a lot from the need driven by how much you're getting out there to quantity to quality. So we're gonna have a name shift. We're gonna really have to be intentional about where and place their ads. And then more importantly, which I love talking about, content is key. So we have to get really creative brands. How do we quickly engage our audience? Look, I have a content to spend a little bit with us, especially with the images. You can't capture me within 30 to 60 seconds in my reason. So that's another thing that we will start to see in the data. So we have to be kind of mindful of where
and just a quick follow-up there. So as a show of hands, how many folks are trying to avoid ads at all costs? Be honest, right? Whether that's like, you have the ad-free subscription or something. So my question is, if brands are struggling, I guess, to get their ads in front of consumers because we're just opting out, because how are they going to integrate their messaging with their advertising to get them in front of consumers if they're just, not subscribing because that's
it goes back to research and really understanding where to meet your target audience. And again, you might not be able to just, share your brand across so many different platforms. You really will have to be intentional. Should I be leveraging podcasts because that's where most of my target audience is. Also, getting hyper focused on your target audience. And just can't be females 18 or like, that's what I might have different consumption habits than to be more silliness. So you really have to be intentional with our baby as well. And the last thing I would say goes back to the content and strategy. You have to create a relate and demand content. You have to be able to capture audience with some tip.
It's perfect. And kind of speaking a little bit about where we place our ad content and come over to Sylvia at Walmart Connect. As we think about the evolution of consumer trends in 2023, I'm curious to know, how did that impact businesses and selling both online and in person during, the evolution of COVID to now? What are you seeing?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is really people is really thinking about just what a customer really wants, understanding where they are and where they are, and then taking an understanding of where they are and then fitting into great customer experiences at those points where something. So a lot of that could be that, while I'm shopping in the Walmart.com, we make sure we have the right experience there for customers that discover video, looking for things, you know, something making sure that it's looking videos on TikTok that you can see it's consistently discovered just that. Or you're watching the famous communities programs that usually have recommended out there as well. And then you're using the power of all our data. I just love you're hoping to do is empower brands to really reach customers wherever they are, and to use our data to target as well as generate advocacy that we can.
And then I guess just a quick follow-up there. Are you seeing anything different from the small home businesses, the e-commerce brands that are showing up on Walmart.com? How are they kind of considering pivoting their strategy?
Yeah, you know what? Like as we've seen more consumers come online and use e-commerce really and everything is disrupted, we did and during the pandemic, once social media continues, we at Walmart were obviously recognizing that consumers want more looking for it. It's got to be looking for the merchandising, looking for. In order to do that, I think what we're starting to do is really invest in brands to help drive that discoverability of smaller brands, whether that is in programs like search or it's in incubation programs like that. Exploration Academy, which is managed through our online programs that help customers really discover businesses and activities. So we're really proud of the different approaches, whether it's the enabling, marketplace sellers, starting to help their own cookies like Walmart.com, all the way to, buttons like buttons, looking against
So you also have Partner Pro, which is another Walmart partner. So you may see some of their swag and their pillows here. So we're always supportive of the smaller home businesses that Walmart supports as well. So thank you for that partnership as well. So Tamika, I want to put a picture to you. You're at P&G, one of the most recognizable brands in the world at this point. So we'd love to kind of understand with the shift of consumers not just buying traditional brands and sticking with what they know, but they're also kind of starting to explore new brands as well. So kind of how is P&G dealing with that pivot, and are there any strategies that you folks have kind of adopted to competitive work with people in those changes?
Yes, absolutely. And this is a real phenomenon that's happening. Because one of the things about beauty, there are millions and millions of brands who are launching all the time. People without anyone can really create a hair care brand or skincare brand and put it on the internet, and there you go. There's another competitor now, But at P&G, what we truly pride ourselves on is offering a breadth of brands to meet the breadth of consumers that exist. We're talking different hair types, ethnicities, life stages, right? Someone who just had a baby versus someone who's going through menopause. A young 16-year-old male versus an older male who's starting to lose his hair. And all of those different consumers have different needs. And what we focus on is offering lots of different brands with lots of different benefits. So we're serving all of those different consumers. And it comes to life in a couple of ways. One being, we get to P&G, tried, trusted, legendary heritage brands around for years and years and years. But what we've had to do on P&G is, we continue to stay ahead of where the consumers looking for haircut. That is the legacy of P&G about technical technology. And so we are getting closer to bond with, which is a huge, not really trim, just principle hair cheese. But from split ends, health protection strains. And so we see P&G more to that direction, and just want to speak products within bond building. But talking about new brands, we also have Maya. Has everyone heard Maya? All right, let's talk Maya. Yes, Maya is one of the newer brands, great brands that has come across the marketplace, and talk about the phenomenon that was only launched this year's 10th anniversary. And this was something that really brought to us, created in her garage. Now there's the fastest growing texture hair brand, or fastest growing brand in the marketplace, and it's huge. But if you think of us having the ability to run the P&G, selling heritage, bonding, And then bringing my own texture, feel, natural ingredients, a wonderful story that will maybe in her legacy. We are able to serve the consumer. So that's what you'll see us continue to do, which I think speaks to, where we love to see brands like Cardi because there's more consumers to be served.
Amazing. I love that answer. And I love that we've all kind of spent a little bit of time talking about consumer expectations and how they've shifted. And I expect that they will continue to shift, especially as technology changes. So maybe we can spend a few moments just kind of talking about the actual technologies that are in the marketplace that are kind of being adopted by users, being discovered by users, and what technologies are companies kind of discovering today, and how you using those to address these changing demands of consumers. And I'll start with you. Start with Sylvia. Are you ready?
Yeah. I think it's like an overwhelming amount of technology that's kind of out there right now. Community. And I think, especially Walmart, there's a lot of data about how they verify customers really behaving and find DOEs look at a couple of different ways to narrow down how we think about a lot of technology. Of course, we've got a lot of innovation going on in that looks at things we have obviously here that's really weird etc. But I think the other thing is not looking at something to accelerate. We're not just going to be experts in how to do and we acknowledge that. Sometimes somebody that's executive that's the class but tech partners as well that can help us navigate this change in the technology. And that is a great example of John and different businesses today purchase we might be AI, which is for jobs over that. So one multi-product have is search for it, right? And so search by right now. So we're really excited about that information. That is required as a result. Now that that's because of the power. Another opportunity, another example is we have the concept of testing and data policy through different concepts that we integrate within our platform, which is collaboration. So, integrate, we identify the partners that maybe they're identified client maintenance words about, or let me like Livestream and they put their thoughts in that. They do a great job bringing those experiences to life, and we work with them to identify ways that we can use longer target and optimize the business businesses and partner and launch. Figure out and then, when it's time right, we have to change the scale and really create ways to consumers and do it.
I love that because it starts with, and what I'm hearing is, it starts with a big understanding that this disruptive technology is happening, right? TikTok is happening. People are using TikTok to buy stuff, to search for stuff, to believe in brands, right? And so why not bring that in-house and understand how it can help serve Walmart's needs? So I think that's brilliant. And then of course with AI, everybody's talking about AI and using AI, so it makes sense that Walmart would partner with Microsoft to kind of figure out how do we make our experience and we leverage the technology. So I think that's brilliant. And I want to put it over to you, Tamika. Same question. What technologies is P&G kind of considering and adopting, and how is it coming to life at P&G?
Yeah, absolutely. As I started, technology is everything about P&G. The best examples that I can think of is one of our most recent launches, Head and Shoulders Bare. It is a shampoo using Head and Shoulders. Everyone's about Head and Shoulders is efficacy and human. But our technology, from extensive research into shoulders, being in their homes, understanding what their pain points are with daily usage. Whether you're in front of us or not in front of us, we move into technology to help us get the real more seriously. Because we all know we can say one thing in research and then go another thing when no one's watching. And then think about things you do when no one's watching. And you're all that things. You're not fish that laugh because we always know. But we have to go get an understanding of how our consumers truly using our products from the vehicles. We use them with some technology. In our homes, metro schools, all with their permission, of course, but it's like very, very creepy. But through that, we were able to develop a proposition called HES Bare, which is the bare minimum ingredients. We're talking about head and shoulders that typically has over 30 ingredients to really get at your scalp. But we've gotten it down to 9 natural ingredients. Yes, it's huge. That is on HES. And we were able to do this by using technology for understanding. We've been partnering with our own partners, tons and tons of iterations for them to bring this to market. We actually launched it with Walmart back in April. And we can now see it start to go nationwide as it's on the shelves all over the country. But it is one of our best examples of how we took so many learnings from the students over years and years and years, and we produced it to launch brand new range.
I am still blown away by that because so fun fact about me, I just got back from Carolina. I was there for my own return, but while I was there, I was so enamored with how they could give us such fresh and natural products. So one of my resolutions coming back is to be more conscious about how many ingredients are in all of the things that I'm consuming, that I'm using. So to hear that about Head and Shoulders, it just resonates. So I'm so grateful to know that they're using the technology to do good, to improve the products, because I think we're all trying to figure out how do we get to a more natural state, how do we get to something that is the best for our bodies and not harmful. So
it actually feel good using, right? It actually feel good for your family to use, and even with this conversation, the bottle is with 25% less plastic. You can literally roll it up like you would with toothpaste. Okay, which is very different in the shampoo category. If you think about consumers who are looking to send every little dime, you know, if you want to get every little drop out of that shampoo bottle, you can do that with application that's there because you use the innovative packaging in addition to the food. So you have to style.
it's amazing. And so for me, this is actually perfect because they were using so much data to figure this out. I mean, it's so big.
Yeah, listen.
There you go. So same question at Nielsen. So how are you folks innovating with the technology and your research too? Because that's a whole other piece.
It's a whole other reason that, as I was saying earlier about the transformation, that we're constantly having to redefine and modernize our technology to make sure that we are measuring the brands properly. And what's really interesting, especially over the last year, we've had to really create person technology. So typically, as the only research space and the right tech research space, most of our research is surveillance. After someone is exposed to what ad, just a survey. That is not what it's when we take the surveys. It's like this, it's great. But we realize, especially with social media, we need to bring that real life experience versus just sitting in the survey and saying, hey, did you see this ad? Did you hear this ad? Tell me your perceptions of the behavior. And so we've been able to create technology now that actually, instead of just surveying someone regular survey, they actually want to a personal experience. Let's take YouTube, for instance. We're watching YouTube in a regular environment. What happens? The first couple seconds, you're going to get that commentary. And typically, from a marketing perspective, this is already thing. So we know we reach the most are they engaged, they watch it, they skip it. So now with the technology that we have, we actually get to see in real time if they view that, they skip it. And that's the first little 30 seconds that you have to watch it. What happened, right? If they skip it, well, they watch this again, and they watch the entire content. Not only that, but they actually engage with the ad. And that's the information that marketers and brands want to know. Like, it's enough to know that we've reached them, but where they actually engage with your ads. And so now we actually have those paper metrics. Like, they click on it. Like I said, they reply to how they view the ads. So it's really exciting to have that, not only across like social media, but like actually also different streaming platforms too. So it's really
Yes, for innovation. Plus one for innovation. I love this. And as we're talking about innovation, so I think so. I used to work at this very, very old school company. It's been around for a very long time, and their whole thing was always every year it was digital transformation. We're trying to figure out like what do we need, how do we do it, and I think part of us trying to figure it out was Do we take 2 steps forward in terms of innovation? Will that mean that our brand takes 1 step backward? And so I guess the question, and I think I'm going to start with you, who are going to start, so sorry, Tamika. I wanted to start by asking you, how do brands kind of maintain their integrity, right, and their core value as they're trying to adopt this innovative technology, they're trying to experiment with it, and understand what it can do for their business, for their online, for their consumers. Like, how do they balance that? Have you seen any brands in the P&G portfolio who do that?
Yes, absolutely. I'm not gonna, I mean, advise them to say all of this. I mentioned portfolio, and the reason for that is that Procter & Gamble, we have something called the PPPs, the purpose dollars and principles. And it is on the back of our badges, it is on our walls, we're looking at it every day, we're walking in the building, whatever. And this is the heart of who we are as a company, which is really what makes us who we are, and serving our consumers authentically, honestly, and sticking to what's good. You can't stray away from your principles, right? And when you start to do that, you are no longer, or you're deceiving your consumer, or you know, to help you get something. And so we don't rush on that. When we see others do that, or others can make these choices, or we focus on putting our consumer first, being very honest and transparent with our opinions, with how we make propositions with the research. Look at people behind the scenes who's actually work. That's not just a some representation behind the contributions for other world and decisions. And so it's it can't do it for us to make
Yeah. Yes, we always face the customer. Yeah, I mean, we show the same exact thing, right? I mean, we're always looking to make sure that customers save money and dollar, right? So let's say those are everything we do. Let's say this it's not Walmart.com. It's also even an ad experiences, right? We're really thoughtful about making sure that the ad that we're showing is going to help them, right? It's not like discover a product, get interested, get inspired, and buy. Just like we have 5 what you're looking for, right? And so we are really doing customers as that is really good brand experiences. With us and customers, and it does exactly what we intended it to do for brands. It's awareness of our brand, and also, you know, us continue to do their job without talking promises. So they can find work and you know, save money, live better lives because they're getting 5 years later.
we're not walking around the same focus.
Yeah, she's over here. I was joining the it's a natural. So when you guys doing right, we can tell you that you're doing it right based off the data that we've seen. And what I heard you say is transparency is key, and the start rate is the audience is first, basically consumers first. We are consumer first companies, we don't be with consumers first because we're measuring everything that the consumer is doing, right? What they're watching, what they're reading, what they're engaging in. And so I don't think I would say not only is transparency key, authenticity is key. And you're really shining through your messaging, we're measuring too. It's much the same BNI analysis where brands are now coming to us and saying, okay, it's great that you're measuring our contained behavior, deeper than just some, you know, high KPIs, but we're just in, you know, brand recall. We want to understand, is there a alignment with our messaging and our DNI, our strategy, and our values? So therefore, really asking some of those hard questions to consumers, basically, hey, is there DNI strategy? And sometimes you're not getting, you know, right? So they're not getting the answer they want to see because they are, right? And we're providing that information to them so they can optimize and then make the changes they need to make. So yes, we are measuring all of the great work that you guys are doing and really being able to truly hone in on the values and begin authenticity.
I love everything that I've heard because at Assist, we're approaching this as well. So, Assist in sales, we've, as Chantel mentioned in the introduction, we've been around, this will be our 7th year. And so, this is an important year for us because we have to innovate. We have to figure out digital transformation for our community. How are we going to use AI and build our membership, build our community, build the place where our members come and learn. And so as I've been listening, I'm like taking some notes and some thoughts because I've got some ideas of how I want to all of you to make that happen. But I love that because what we're trying to do is this, and I know this is a moment just to talk a little bit about it, but we really want to make sure that our community is at the forefront of the digital transformation, and they are able to adopt the tools and use the tools to use it in research and to help their clients find the best solutions. And so I love hearing that that's exactly how it kind of comes to life at each of these organizations. And so I'm excited to bring this back to our membership and say, hey, here's some different ways to bring technology into how you do business. Here's some different ways to think about solutions and storytelling for your clients and for your communities, because it matters. And it matters especially for less represented communities, for people of color, for women of color. And so it's important for us to be at the forefront of that as well. And keep our integrity and our authenticity at the forefront of that, because we don't want to lose our voice. And I think sometimes with digital transformation, we're the last people to have a voice in the room. And I think that that's something hopefully and hopefully will change over the next couple of years. So thank you so much for sharing all that information as well.
First of all, I want to say that you just hit the nail on the head, especially as we talk about as well, research the data, and I think especially for marketers and your help with bringing more small brands. Sometimes I think I just don't have enough data right with the data. And one thing that I do want to say too, there's a lot of right that you can actually it's really be able to understand who your target audience is, not this, reach that particular target audience, reach this right. And just kind of plug in that throughout the year, just simply send the person to the series report if you got it right. And these people don't listen that insights page. It's a free report, and you will be sent throughout the year on so you see there with the that's what we see. And that's what made me think that we're talking about representation too, because there's a ton of information to really talk about Black consumer buying power, which this year is projected $1.8 trillion. That's a lot of money. And if I'm a marketer, just give me a share, just a little bit, that's a little bit, just a little bit. So with that being said, that type of information and data is readily available, and I think it is important for us to talk about too, especially if these are resilience, these are some data, I think data is data. Talk about the power of my data. There's data out there, and also we have so much. I love that. Yeah. So sorry, repeat the report name one more time. So it's the most diverse intelligence series report. So people are just in that contract insights page. You'll see the reports on the last 10 years. Last year we celebrated our 10th year and throughout the year we release different personalities. So I'm just coming out in 2 weeks. We're ready for one history month. We have a Spanish report, report. We have community as well. So it's chocolate, great insights. All the data for all of the communities with love. It's amazing. So we want to pivot. We're kind of approaching the end. I have a few more questions that I want to get to. So Sylvia, I have a question for you actually. In COVID-19 ushered in a whole new era from retail and commerce and just consumer behavior and all the things. So I want to ask you, how is Walmart Connect kind of adopting or changing or leveraging its apps and platforms to meet these consumer changes? And within the Walmart Connect business, what are you doing in 2024 to kind of keep rhythm with this market?
Yeah, I think it's been super interesting. Super interesting because they're really distractions and follow along too. But I think, so first of all, we might have to take from the way that we even enable customers to shop. So how are we going to be picking up their groceries and delivery? We're evolving all of that even sort of similarly on the outside, it's a lot of these things about now digital format and really working online to do all of that content. At which we're going to see some stuff about that. But it's about making sure that we have solutions. store, whether it's serving, display, you know, offsite, etc. So it's about just making it clear that customers know what it has. In all of those places, you can turn it, it's going to be basically also say that consumers still shop in store. Nothing generally wants to do is shop in the store. I'm a millennial. I'm an older millennial. And I like to stay at home, and that's okay. But Gen Z loves to shop in stores. So there's going to be a different way that we, as adapters in this shop in stores, so we're developing new ways to do visually convergence of that experiences. Experience for $20 and that's going to continue to explore the audio more exciting opportunities next year. So we're excited about today's specific city and we do they are select things and that adds up to keeping the rate of full on rate solutions. So
I like that you said that the Gen Z likes to shop in store because I mean, I don't think my nephew's been, he's like 7, but he's always like, Titi, can you take me to the store? I mean, the store, and it's this weird phenomenon where I'm like, look online. I mean, so I love to hear that, and I can see it actually. I was at the mall the other day. I was at the mall, I don't know, but everybody under the age of like 18 was also at the mall. So I was like, what's going on right now? So it's refreshing to know that the malls and this in-store experience is going on. So we actually have a question for you right off the back of that as well. So as a heritage brand, and do you consider the like longevity and the heritage of P&G? Does that help in today's changing demand, or is it more liability as consumers are kind of reimagining who they are as shoppers?
Yeah, I think it's more reflective of numbers. And to consumers see themselves in the whole, right? Which helps us because we have such a plethora of options. Consumers are looking for brands that speak to them, that they see themselves in, that has that level of representation where they say, yes, my values match. Our values match. We use someone in their ad that has the same hair texture as mine, so that's probably and so what we really focus on is while we are representatives, we are required to have newer brands like Diana to so we even with consumers a lot more. What we focus on is very relevant in terms of consumers see themselves, not only around the imagery, but there are innovation and the benefits that we deliver speak to this critical. And so as long as we continue to that,
I just have to say, and the data shows and we're very hard. It breaks through, right? It breaks through the shine spirit. It's interesting, this Monday that's actually released in the report. The Black report is at 59% didn't actually say that it's there for people that have been in that with that product. So we're talking about 60% of Black people say, hey, I'm not about the product. We know we have the buying power, right? So we have the money to spend on the products and services. 1.8 trillion? Yeah, 1.8 trillion. And so there's a lot of money out there, but what's important is the authenticity and the values and the lifestyle of us. Connection. And then connection.
It's all about connections. When you think about anything that you purchase, when you see a pair of shoes, the shoes start to you, right? They often just like, hey, I keep it. Or some yellow coat, I don't know. That's because my name is there. And so when we have that connection, that makes the investments with the consumers, investment expectation with the real children. There are way too many options to pick something that disrespects you or that does not speak to you, right? Why would you do that? Why would you get rid of it? Why would you invest in it? And so don't wear your heart is so that's what we're trying to do. So it's all about to consumers. Great technology, great products that actually work. That actually works. I promise that don't work.
Just the learning. Just the learning.
Okay, so I think we're up against our time. I just have one final question, and I'll kind of let this be the floor. We've talked a lot about digital transformation and innovation, but what are some maybe emerging disruptors that you foresee coming? We talked a little bit about AI. We understand how that's coming to be. Are there any others that stick out that we should be mindful of or be watchful of as we're thinking about it and thinking about new ways to use this technology in our everyday?
I think for us, we're making sure that we're approaching everything in a privacy-safe way. Privacy is really what's empowering technology like AI. Because it makes great things, right? It enables personalization of products, meaning it's like being asked to actually like work, right? But at the same rate, it's all thinking about like being to take all this data and this out there that Walmart has, that TV has, that the Nielsen has, just how do you the data safe and privacy safe way as things to be responsible and to the consumers. So do we have to? So I think that's really good.
Just to say, I totally agree, especially in the game privacy, but it's being very mindful that we are still only super representation in our is not, especially when we have the make sure that everything that we do, we are enabling like all of our stuff, right? All our comments and things and stuff. So there's this immunization there. So
Yeah, I think I would add is speaking of maybe that's the way what we really try to do is to understand why we're trying to do it, right? Because we can all share reports all day long from good things and say, oh, hey, 80% they like software here, so software why, right? Lots of African American women still love a hairpiece. Why? You know, and so taking that extra step to understand the background, the heritage of these different cultures that we're trying to serve, especially in the industry, where, you know, a lot of the things that we would hear today is things that we were taught when we were very young from our parents, right? I think of the first businesswoman that I ever saw in one of the business was my mother. I think about my sister when she was curling her hair in the bathroom when she was in high school, and I was looking at her, I was like, okay, that's my mother. And then some same things about learning of how to do it, right? So it's a big part of taking the data, getting clear on the heritage and why we do it, because that's when you're building connection to your consumers, and it truly succeed. And it's not just all claiming to create something that can tell us, but we really went the extra out to understand why it isn't being used back to businesses.
Yes, we think to the needs of something that
The benefit spaces, you know, why do they want to have some? Why do some people not come in and actually until the first year? There's so many different nuances in different cultures, and we have to get super clear on those so that we can show up into the charge.
Well, that's so wonderful. I'm so happy. No, and I know that, but I say that because I think one, so what we say about privacy is so important because we're entering a data saturated market. Like it is going to be so oversaturated. You are going to be told what to think, what to do, what to eat. Everything is going to be dictated to you, and to a point you have to begin to question almost, well, did I think that, or was I told to think that? Right, was it planted? Like, you know, so I think the privacy piece of it is like, I want to maintain my own identity. I want to maintain who I am and not be quote unquote programmed. And so I think that that is going to be something that emerges. But then to the authenticity point, right, is how do we make sure that what I am providing is authentically represented of me and what I believe, so that I am giving my money to the right brands that reflect my values. And I think that that's so critical. And not to go back to CIS, but I do want to go back to CIS because that's exactly what we're trying to do too, is figure out how do we take the data that we have and make sure we're approaching it in a human way and leveraging the insights that we're getting from our members and creating programs like this, like CIS Summit, like our CIS Talks and our webinars and all of the dinners that we do, and create an experience that matters and that's meaningful. But at the same time, it's representative, it's authentic, it's paid. You know, and I think that that's so important for how we move forward as a community, and especially women, women of color, allies here. How do we continue to embrace one another and continue to keep each other in mind as we think about how this technology is changing not just the world today, but the world tomorrow, and impacting the generations that will come. And so I guess my parting word here is as we're navigating disruption, I also want to kind of tie it back to navigating sisterhood and making sure that we're reaching out to one another and yielding with one another and making sure that none of us are left behind as this technology evolves. And that this isn't the last place that we come together in community. I hope to see you all throughout this week. I hope to see you all at our events and on our email list. But it's been a pleasure. Any last words from any of the panelists here?
Thank you for giving us this platform. So thank you and for all of the hard work and just, creating this space.
I think we need a round of applause for these shares.
The party is now over. Sure, I want to make sure we bring that again. I just appreciate everybody just giving their attention for just 10 seconds. What we just watched here, the synergies between these women, the connection points between their brands, their connection points between their lived experiences. This is a technology that we should be seeing here at CES. And I want to thank each and every one of you for coming here to support this conversation. So round of applause. Wanted to give this to Ben for any parting words before we
And I echo all the comments. Thank you all for being here. During the connected events, it's a great social business all around the conference, which you but also, one of the things I love about this movie is traveling to do this all to do this find incredible leaders that you see and make them spaces to share. So, our key to say,